Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be presenting a case titled All That Is Red Is Not Conjunctivitis. A 58-year-old female presented to us with the complaints of watering of the left eye and redness since 1 year. She was treated at a case of chronic conjunctivitis with topical antibiotics with no response to treatment. On examination, the visual acuity in both the eyes was 6x N6. Troplas was negative in both the eyes and syringing was patent in both the eyes. On examination and a closer look, there was a classic pouting of the lower punctum as well as pericanalicular edema and congestion. And also there was expression of concretion and pus on compression of the lower canaliculus. The pus was sent for microbiological examination. Actinomyces was isolated and the patient was treated with Ciplox ointment loading on alternate days for 4 days. This was the patient at presentation, and this is the patient after 4th ointment loading dose. There was no expression of concretion from the lower canaliculus, and the lacrimal passage was patent. After 8 months of follow-up, there was no recurrence of the disease. Canaliculitis is the inflammation of the canalicular part of the lacrimal system, which accounts for less than 5% of all lacrimal diseases. Hence, it is often misdiagnosed, and also there is a delay in diagnosis, and therefore mean duration of symptoms is usually 8 to 10 months. The age of presentation is 4th to 6th decade of life, but it can occur in any age group. There is a female preponderance in the middle age, mostly because of hormonal changes during menopause and also because of the use of cosmetics. The lower canaliculus is frequently involved, and there is this thinking that diverticulum or lacrimal occlusion can lead to stasis and promotes antibacterial growth in the canaliculus. The patients may present with watering or discharge, along with redness confined to the medial part of the eye, as well as swelling of the medial part of the eyelid. A pouting punctum is the characteristic feature of a canaliculitis, along with pericanalicular swelling. Concretion or pus discharge from the canaliculus and punctum is also a classic feature of conjunctivitis, and also the patient may present with conjunctivitis and mucopurulent discharge. Secondary canaliculitis, which occurs mostly due to use of punctal plugs, which leads to punctal granuloma and also blood-stained discharge or tears. Canaliculitis can be misdiagnosed as a case of conjunctivitis, like this lady who presented with redness for 6 months and treated with a battery of topical antibiotics with no resolution. This should have raised a suspicion because on examination, there was a concretion projecting from the lower punctum, clinching the diagnosis of canaliculitis. Again, this gentleman who was referred for incision and curettage for a chalazion. On examination, there was pouting of the punctum, pericanalicular edema, as well as pus discharge from the upper punctum, clinching the diagnosis of canaliculitis. It can also be confused with chronic Dacre cystitis. And this lady, she was presented to us for DCR surgery. On examination, there was peripunctal edema, pus discharge from the punctum, and the swelling was in the medial part of the eyelid. Whereas in chronic Dacre cystitis, the swelling will be in the area of lacrimal sac region. Staphylococcus epidermidis is the most common organism responsible for canaliculitis. The treatment can be conservative, including warm compresses and topical antibiotics, but it has a high recurrence rate because of the presence of concretions which do not allow the penetration of antibiotics. Minimally invasive treatment includes canalicular content expression as well as antibiotic loading or irrigation. Surgical treatment is for recalcitrant cases like for punctoplasty and curettage of canalicular contents or canaliculotomy with curettage. So a take-home message is that any case of conjunctivitis or hordeolum which is not responding to treatment should be treated as a DD of canaliculitis. In such cases, careful examination of the punctum is needed. Intracanalicular ointment loading is an effective modality of treatment, and for recalcitrant cases, punctoplasty or canaliculotomy should be done. These are my acknowledgements.